What up? What up? What up?
Hey, now.
GM.
How you doing?
Good, man. Good. It's been too long. It's been a whole weekend. Is that 48 hours? 72 hours? Is that how long it's been?
It has felt like a very long time.
Free Market and I don't talk at all outside of this show. We just click live, I send them a link, and then we just start talking. That's it. It's our entirety of our existence.
Yeah. No, we normally do. We're very chatty on the weekend.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you know what? I mean, I was around. I was watching this weekend, but I had a bunch of stuff to take care of. Some family stuff, some hockey to go to.
This may shock you. I was on Spaces.
Not surprised.
Oh.
Not surprised. What do you think your total time on Spaces was this weekend? Over or under 15 hours?
I'm gonna say over.
I think that's a safe bet.
Yep.
All right.
Yes,
cool.
yes.
Was it good?
I was alone in a lemon Spaces sleeping this morning.
I wasn't gonna out him. He fell asleep on Spaces, and I woke up this morning, saw the little blue Spaces thing around Free Market, and said, "Oh my God, is he? He's up early today." No.
Yep.
All by myself.
I think people are underestimating the power that Spaces has, and the
Free Market's gaining followers while he sleeps. It's incredible.
Yeah, basically. But all of our homies. So basically, here's what happened last night. Driz, who is the co-founder Out of Pocket Entertainment, he fell asleep in his space, right? And the problem was, if you fall asleep and the hosts get rugged, so you have two co-hosts, eventually, if both co-hosts get rugged, you can't bring anyone else on stage. So we were stuck where it was just the speakers on stage and the host was asleep. So we opened out and started another space. I started the space. Everyone hopped in, but then I fell asleep. So the same thing happened. The host got rugged. It was only me up there. They all had to go start their own, but they're now in their own lemon space right now. It's basically back and forth hosting.
You know what? I'm the last person they could criticize because I fall asleep doing anything. If this show was later in the evening, I guarantee you would see me fall asleep at least once.
Yep.
It's just in my nature.
The floor on Cass. I don't even no. That never happened. I don't even know what in the world you're talking about.
What is he talking about?
I have no idea, R2. We're not going to bring it up on the show.
It looks like the people are here for Kevin. And Kevin is in the building.
So I will tell you right now.
Do you like my little overlay? You can see it? Looks good.
Yeah, I see him. He's adorable.
I didn't have enough time to put the coffee mug in his hand.
No, this is one of the all-time great things that's ever happened in history. Kevin
is good for the space.
I don't even get. First of all, we saw this unfold. I was doing a Spaces live, and this guy comes in and he starts DMing me. He's like, "Yo, bro, Pixelmon revealed, and they're passing the pictures around my Discord. Can I put them up in the Zest?" You know, the Zest is that thing where you pin tweets to the top of the thing or whatever. So I'm like, yeah, put it up in the Zest. And I see him put it up there. And I was like, all right. I thought he was lying, right? And we're trying not to spread misinformation. I thought it was a meme. And he's putting these things up there. And I was like, those aren't the Pixelmon reveal. I was like, take those down. I said, guys, I haven't corroborated this. It's misinformation. As the weekend unfolded, we know that now these were real. They were very memeable. And it was last night that everyone had kept showing this Kevin thing. And someone logged on this page and was like, man, I love Kevin. I thought to myself, wow, Kevin is quite the meme here. I
give it no more than 2 days before we see a full-fledged Kevin derivative.
Oh yeah. Kevin derivatives are on the way. I know people are already making them. There's going to be some great ones. They'll sell out. And The floor on Kevin now is about 4 ETH last time I checked. They were 2 when I started watching, and then everyone realized this will be one of the most historic, important crypto memes of all time. Kevin, he defines the largest cash grab ever in our industry. And there were 2.
The face of a NFT.
Kevin's a blue chip. Kevin is going to go to 100 ETH floor by the end of this decade. I promise.
Cambo wants to know if you have 3 balls. Someone heard that.
Yeah.
3?
Brass ones, my friend. Brass.
Does it? Oh, I was gonna say, does it hurt 50% more when you get kicked in them?
And no, they're brass. They don't hurt at all. It actually hurts the foot of the person attempting.
Yeah, if you think my balls are in bad shape, you should see the other person's foot.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. GM, guys. GM. Love to be back on the stage, seeing you DGens here chatting with us. What time is it? 9:38. I just did the old man boomer thing. The font's too small. Free market, you want to do the drum roll and we'll get into it? GM D Jensen, welcome back to the AlphaMint Morning Show, hosted live on YouTube and Twitch TV. It is February 28th, the last day of February. Pretty crazy that we are already 2 months through this 2022 year. I am your host, R2DGen, and I am joined with me by the man who has put in the most hours on Spaces in all of Twitter, FMC.
Hey now.
Hey, now it is fantastic to be back here with you. The weekend was hilarious. We laughed, we cried, we memed, we joked around, and here we are now. It's been a wild ride. A lot of stuff actually ended up happening this weekend. The big week that we were kind of talking about leading up to it has kind of culminated in a bunch of reveals, a lot of great floor prices, a lot of disappointing floor prices, some absolute shit show with Pixelmon. There was some stuff around Howlers, that stealth mint that went down. Wasn't perfect, but it actually did really well and was quite a cook too. So I am excited to get into it with you. And in that note, we will look at the crypto market real quick. Not a lot happened over this weekend. It didn't break up or down, though it did trade within its range. Feels pretty healthy. At some point, some news kind of flared up and you'd see ETH go down to, out of Ukraine, sorry. You'd see ETH kind of drop down to 2,600. Jump back to 27, 2,800, sitting right now at just over 2,700. Bitcoin is still kind of just toying with that 40,000 mark. It did cross it for a little bit there, but it just seems that we're in this little tight 3-4% range, and it hasn't gone too wild on us since we were last on the stage. Obviously, there's still a lot going on in the world. Obviously, news can come out any second that something is very promising or very not pleasant. But, when we're looking at the scene in Russia and Ukraine, it looks like maybe the leaders are going to be getting together in Belarus, or at least their, delegates, and start talking about the situation. So talking is always a good first start. And here we are. What was your kind of take on watching all of the action go down as well? You're looking at the S&P 500, I know too, which I keep forgetting to bring up, but an important indicator in the macro thesis, and crypto is following along with it.
Yeah, so we had quite a nice pop right into the weekend where ETH basically touched 2,800 or got a little bit over again. Tensions really seemed to be easing. There were rumors of talks between the countries, and it seemed that everything was very calm going into Sunday, and then there was nuclear war mentioned, or nuclear weapons were mentioned by Putin. It knocked everything down 5% really quickly. The S&Ps opened down over 2% last night. They've already recovered quite nicely. They're down about 1% right now, but the worst seems to have happened last night as this news was fresh. Obviously, macro is driving everything, but it seems that it seems that it's happening quicker right now. Putin's going through the entire playbook in a short amount of time. The ruble is crashing viciously. right now, viciously. That's going to force Putin's hand one way or the other. I do not think he wants war. I think he will find a way to back out of it now. He's done what he can do beyond pushing it to where nobody wants to see it pushed. I don't know if you want to call it an optimist. I just don't think those things happen often enough for us to stop everything and think it's going to. I'm obviously concerned. I'm not going to say anything isn't possible. It feels better than it did earlier last week. I hope we can continue to build on that. But the macro is holding. It's stabilized. It's holding that support at 2,600. It tested 28. I think that if we get any type of good news here tomorrow or the day after, we're going to rock it. Like, I really just I get the even if we do end up getting more, even if there are more tensions and we do end up getting knocked down, if we do rally really hard and there is something else that comes along and we get knocked down again, I wouldn't discount that could happen, but it does feel a little more bullish to me than it did the other day. So.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the underlying element here is that we want the situation to be concluding in Ukraine for, the people of Ukraine and all of that crazy stuff that's going on here too. But, obviously in the context of the show, we talk about how news affects the markets and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, it's you see the scenes coming out of the Ukraine and all of that stuff. And really at the end of the day, I hope those talks happen. I hope they are very fruitful and that, they can start coming to I don't mean to use the word settlement, but you know what I mean? Like, just they can resolve the situation, I think is probably the best way to put it.
Well, again, these tend to be financial moves by somebody like Vladimir Putin. This is Russia's in a tough economic situation. This is essentially his way of negotiating. I think Putin understands that if he kept pushing forward, if he did topple Ukraine, he would have to govern it. That may be like, oh, well, Russia's huge, Ukraine is tiny. It would just be about folding them in. No, the Ukrainian people are Ukrainian. They will not lay down. It would be a very, very, very drawn out guerrilla style war. Why would Putin want that? I mean, there's no... I'm telling you, when you think about geopolitics, you think about chess, you think about what these guys, he doesn't want that. So I don't believe this is going to end up in its work. Obviously, I think what people are most scared about is accidents, right? I mean, if you remember the first Ukrainian incident, there was a passenger plane flying over Ukraine. Yep. Okay. Putin shot that thing down. Now, whether it was on purpose or a mistake, it is things like that can start World War III, accidents, right? So that I think this is our biggest concern right now, is not that there will be a direct provocation from Russia that's going to start World War III. It's that something stupid happens. When you're right on someone's border, when there's all these tensions, it could take a mistake, an accidental launch of a bomb towards Russia.
Sure, yeah. You see it like in those, like, in movies or something like that, where there's like a standoff and then somebody's, finger accidentally slips on the trigger and shoots one bullet off, and you know what I mean? It's just like one of those things. There's humans involved in this. There's, mistakes can happen. Yeah, I completely agree with that. But I also agree with, I don't think at its core, anybody on either side, including the leaders, want or think that they will benefit from a World War III. That is basically just self-assured destruction.
Right.
But yeah, so crypto going up, and S&P is slightly down this morning. You mentioned
market's really firming up right now too. S&P's down about 0.9%. Like I said, it was down 2%. So we'll see what it does, but everything's firming up nicely. So.
Yeah. Awesome. On that news, but moving into crypto and NFTs, almost $20 million in crypto sent to Ukraine, including $2 million from NFT sales. Thousands of people have donated millions in crypto to help support Ukraine in their fight against Russia. Again, this is a very a powerful statement and a very powerful tool to be moving money around into causes that you support. You see a lot of people calling for major exchanges to be, blacklisting Russian accounts and stuff like that. But I mean, at its core, support is getting to people in need in real time immediately. And, the ability to crowd fund through NFTs and that medium is really astounding. Looking at Ukraine DAO, I'm not really sure why it's called a DAO if we're just calling it a DAO right now. I don't foresee those funds being used to vote on stuff. This is as we've seen, DAOs move terribly slowly, but the core of it
but it seems like a GoFundMe, I was saying, but it's
yeah. I mean, DAO just seems to be the word that everyone's putting at the end of it more. This is but yeah, the Ukrainian flag, one of one, that was created by the Ukraine DAO, current bid now at almost $3 million, and the bidding pool has reached almost $3.5 million. This was kind of a cool system. There's going to be a token that comes out with it based on the amount of your bid, proportional to the winning bid and all of that stuff. But again, at its core, this is an incredible amount of money and an incredible amount of exposure to the cause that is, doing really great and powerful things in the world. And one of the reasons why I think all of us at its core, at its very basis, should be bullish on NFTs and things like that is just, the good that it actually can do in the world. We see so many people on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram talking shit about it, but this is the kind of thing that is going to put it in a really, really positive light. I think a lot of the situation in Canada with them trying to ban crypto wallets and putting pressure on exchanges is also heightening the exposure and the power of it and all of that. And I think it's just, if we're looking for some silver linings, I think that this is a great place to start.
There were a few efforts over the weekend to raise money for Ukraine. The most prominent in our industry of which was the relief.
Yeah, it was that Andrew Wang. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Wang organized it. A lot of great artists, a couple homies were actually involved in there. Shout out to Ariel, who made a really nice piece for it, and it sold out in minutes. It was $1 million raised for Ukraine almost instantly. It was a very beautiful thing to see all these communities coming together and raising for a good cause, and the art was fabulous. There were some pieces in there that were really, really good. I think you can go check out the secondary right now. It's Relief spelt with a 3, right? So it's RELI 3F. Yeah, great collection. Really loved the art in it. People were minting for a good cause. A lot of them are sitting above mint. Yeah, great art. Was really happy to see that this weekend.
Yeah, you think about going back even 10 years or so ago, and you never would have been able to have like the official Ukrainian Twitter just put an address out there to be able to send money to, doing international wire transfers and whatnot. You got to wait for, the bank to be open and the approval process and all of that stuff. And I mean, they're raising funds in real time in millions of dollars in the matter of minutes, as you mentioned. And it's such a strong binding force for people, I think, too, right?
Yeah.
The couple other pieces of news that popped up was Microsoft goes Web3 with NFT worlds on Polygon. We've talked a lot about NFT worlds. We've talked a lot about critters in the past. This article on Decrypt is obviously giving it some great exposure. However, it's not saying too much that we haven't said in the past. Upon reading it, though, one thing that made me incredibly bullish on this and on Microsoft's stance on things like metaverse and open source developing and all of that great stuff is that the NFT Worlds team is in constant contact with Microsoft, talking about how they can utilize the platform. Microsoft may be kind of steering them in the right direction so that they're not overstepping their bounds or like explicitly, breaking their terms and conditions, which would kind of force Microsoft's hand in pulling them down. They also went on to say that there are Microsoft employees in their Discord kind of just keeping an eye on things and maintaining it. And while Microsoft hasn't given them an official stamp of approval, it is definitely a huge, green light that or green light's not the right word. It is definitely a good sign that Microsoft is warming up to these ideas and becoming very comfortable with it, even if they are not the ones that are releasing the product and directly monetizing it. So I really just liked reading that and knowing that they were in contact with Microsoft, because when you buy these things, like we're seeing actually with a lot of NFTs, you are running the risk that somebody somewhere is going to take issue with something and they're going to find some way to get you taken down. Obviously, using Microsoft's Minecraft platform as a metaverse would be pause for concern until you see something like this. So I think it's in a really good spot. I think that's very, very bullish news for NFT worlds, for critters, and anybody else looking to get into a metaverse play using Minecraft as a hub. And I think that, as we've seen before, it's an incredibly powerful tool to do so.
Yeah, I think the concern is what we saw with something like World of Warcraft back in the day. We talk about that story a lot, where the gold within the ecosystem started to become valuable. Obviously, as happens in free markets, a marketplace sprang up. People were able to trade this thing of value. Parents got pissed. Parents didn't like it, right? This was something that caused a lot of rancor, controversy, and news articles talking about our kids are being corrupted, they're able to earn money, blah, 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 blah. So I think that's what the main concern is will some kids get on this, start making a lot of money? Parents go, oh, my kid, whatever their reasoning is, cause a news. And look, it's going to cause Microsoft to respond. It's a publicly traded company, Web 2, all that good stuff we love to talk about. So it's definitely the concern. I mean, it's arguably the only bear case, I guess, with these type of projects, because we think their strategy is low key brilliant. Main issue with a P2E, it needs to be P, not just E, and that's what these are. People love playing these, so I think killer use case, but there could be a lot of public or governmental threats to it if it got too popular. And I think that's where Microsoft, or that's where this article is implying they would need to protect themselves, at least review and see what's going on here. But very bullish on critters. Obviously, NFT worlds, I think they figured out P2E in a way that nobody else could, except maybe with the exception of Orcs, which is extremely fun to play. Can't wait till the Orcs community meeting this week. So pumped. I'm loving those.
Yeah. Well, actually, in just as a sidebar with P2E, it looks like Raid Party might finally be hitting their deadline, I believe, of March 4th to launch the game. They've kind of tightened up their communication. They've been posting daily updates of what they've been working on, what they've been tackling, and it seems like the list is getting shorter and shorter, and March 4th might actually end up being the day. It might actually be good timing too, because volume is drying up in the in the NFT space a little bit, and we're seeing some floors start to fall. And maybe a good old fashioned game to dig in while we're waiting for the market to heat back up might be in order. So
I mean, everything going on in the world, all the NFT stuff that feels industry specific, whether it's Pixelmon or the Invisible Friends rug we saw over the weekend, there's a lot that you could argue is the reason this is happening. What have I been saying the whole time? Seasonality. We were coming up on it. It's almost something I talked about every day on this show. I am a huge student of seasonality. I just believe most years it's going to be the overarching force of everything. We ran right into seasonality as we were coming upon this gigantic week of high profile drops. Everything that's happening right now feels natural, does not even feel as bad as it could be. And I mean, who knows how bad it's going to get if volume dries up. Certainly floors across the board are down a lot, but we know it could get much worse. Doesn't mean anything. Just like October, November, when everyone was saying it's the end. Is the NFT bull market over? No. So the greatest 3 weeks this market has ever seen in January. And whatever happens now over the next few weeks or the next month or two, we will see the same thing again this summer. And then when the fall comes around, we'll see the same bearish seasonality, people saying NFTs are over. But bottom line, I think we're running into seasonality. That's the main thing driving everything here. And we will see. We will see how long it lasts. I usually it lasts the month of March. So let's see.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one thing that's for sure, I mean, builders are going to continue to build. There's going to be a lot of exciting stuff continuing to come out through that time. It might not just be as hyped or as active as you want, but this is a great time as an NFT participant to start just taking a step back, reviewing what's in your portfolio, seeing some projects that you might have been interested in the past that fell off your radar, and go into their Discord, go into their website, check out their Twitter, check out their Medium posts and stuff like that. If they are continuing to build stuff, there is a really, really reasonable chance that if it's looking good and they've, have some sound development, maybe they've added some members to their team, that, they're going to be prime for the picking during this time. And, have a very, very good chance of going on one of those crazy runs once we kind of hit that upswing, right? We saw it at the beginning of January, random projects everywhere just going absolutely nuts that we thought were dead. But lo and behold, it turns out that they had continued to develop, they had continued to grow, they had continued to foster their community. And here we are, and then we were there in the bull market where they just went absolutely nuts. And it was, the writing was on the wall.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Indeed, my friend.
Lana Rhoades rug pulled her NFT. Don't know. Lana Rhoades deletes Twitter account after allegedly rug pulling her NFT project. The adult film star now says she wants nothing to do with NFTs. You know what? I have mixed feelings about this. I don't know. I don't think that her intention was to ever create a project in which she was going to just cash grab and run and whatnot. But, this is going to go back to the conversation we've had about doxing. This is going to go into the conversation we're going to have about Pixelmon. And it's just this idea of like, sometimes I think the NFT participants can be their own worst enemy in that, when token, when floor price, when moon, blah, 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 with fully doxed founders. Sometimes Lana Rhoades did not sign up to this to be harassed by people about floor price and stuff like that. Now, is she qualified to run a quality NFT project? No. Is it kind of cash grabby? Maybe. But, I do understand why some people like get into this space thinking, somebody said, oh, this is a new emerging thing. Maybe you can get some traction here, have some fun with it, be a part of that community. And then once you get in there, you're like, whoa, like this is it's kind of nasty. So, I mean, it's just, it is curious as to why everybody wants people to be fully doxxed. They want to know their names, their addresses, their previous lives, their careers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then once they do that, if the floor price drops by 20%, because, even the market, everything drops by 20%, they start, getting their pitchforks up. I think it could actually be a little concerning for people that are out there, like in a truly public fashion.
Now, I did not know this young lady before R2 sent me her information.
Sure you didn't.
This morning, but you vicious, untrained animals. I don't know what you did to her to make this beautiful young lady leave Twitter, but you should all be ashamed of yourselves.
I think she just deleted her NFT Twitter, the project on it. Yeah,
I see. Well,
maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. I don't have her on Twitter.
Get control of yourself.
Apparently, the whole thing stemmed from CoffeeZilla video saying that it was an absolute rug pull. But it is what it is. I'm not trying to stick up for her or anybody. I think the conversation about doxing continues to be an interesting one, especially with what we saw go down with Pixelmon.
I was a guest host on a certain show this weekend that I won't repeat, but seeing these nerds come up and talk to the fine young angels that were even giving them a chance, I can understand what is happening here. I just want everybody to take a step back and realize there is a human being behind every Twitter account that has feelings and doesn't want to wake up to harassment. So just take it back a notch. These are human beings.
I was going to make a Brantley Milligan joke there, but I'm going to stay out of it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know who that is, but I do know a Mulligan.
Yes, you do.
Something again in golf. Oh, is that Brantley? Brantley,
Brantley, the guy from the ENS, yeah, the guy who was just vicious.
All right, Illuminati. Excuse me, Illuminati.
Bitcoin baddies. Is that what you were on? You were on another show without me?
Illuminati. Vinny. I'm allowed to say that.
Show's over.
He doxed himself, so I could say that.
Cool. Let's talk Pixelmon. Let's get into it. Let's say hello to our best friend Kevin down on the bottom of the left-hand side of the screen. And welcome him into the NFT stardom world. Pixelmon was a bit of a wild ride this weekend. You know, I think we're all pretty aware of what went down, but if you're not, February 8th, Pixelmon Dutch auction for the generative collection went live, started at 3 ETH, sold out at 3 ETH. The team, if there is a team, raised about $70 million in the previous ETH value that it was at the time. Flash forward to this weekend, the project still hadn't been revealed. The founder, Cyberer, on Twitter, or sorry, not on Twitter, in Discord, asked his community if they would be comfortable with the idea of delaying the reveal, clearly understanding what was about to be released into the world. The community said no, they want to see the project, they want to see the product, they want to see the NFTs that they paid upwards of $10,000 for. And so they went ahead with the reveal as planned. And this is what we got. There was some initial reactions of, like you said in the pre-show, this can't be right. This can't be the actual thing. This is a joke. Somebody's trolling. And then you get into the actual OpenSea page, and lo and behold, there these beauties were. Some pretty hilarious memes coming out of it. Kevin, of course, being the prime example. There was this handsome-looking ape here who looks like most of the NFT holders after they bought this for $10,000, or at least the expression does. There was a sideways dragon floating around, which was absolutely hysterical. Don't even know what this is. But I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. The things that people were sharing were absolutely crazy. The founder did go on. I don't have his tweet pulled up, but he essentially said, this is a great one too. This reveal was unacceptable. We apologize. We're going to be working hard to fix this. We're going to be hiring reputable teams to help us out here and whatnot. I mean, I was under the impression that, raising $70 million would put you in the realm of a reputable team. This was 2.5 weeks ago. And I know that 2.5 weeks isn't actually a long time in the grand scheme of things. But when you have an influx of $70 million, you can start to get the ball rolling on some stuff. These assets were purchased off the Unity store for less than $200 each, created into a voxel and put out there. And it was very negligent on their standpoint to have seen these and go, yeah, I guess we have to do that. Don't even put it to a community vote. Just say, look, guys, we're going to be honest with you. We've seen this stuff. It did not turn out how we expect. We need to get this right. And unfortunately, you can be frustrated by it, but this is not a product that we are comfortable putting out into the world. And instead, they listened to their community. They put it out anyways, and this is what we got. All things aside, Kevin, this beautiful bastard down in the left, has turned into quite the NFT celebrity. The floor on that one has since shot up to upwards of 4 ETH, despite the rest of them dropping to about 0.3 ETH, down from, like I said, the 3 ETH mint price. And a real, true, genuine meme is born. We all know the power of memes. We all know, where they can go. We've seen it with the MFers and Sartoshi's meme. This wasn't manufactured. This is one of the most powerful things. Nobody put Kevin together and be like, people are going to meme the shit out of it, man. Like, they're going to love it. Like, this was put out there and people just gravitated towards it. They started using them. They started sharing them everywhere. And now I would say there's probably only a handful of people in the NFT world that are unaware of what Kevin is. Now, lo and behold, there's tons of eyes on Pixelmon. Everybody's watching it. The floor price on him is shooting up. And you know, maybe it almost in hindsight had an inverse effect. It still stands to show that, you know, $70 million was not necessary for this person to raise. We as a community, or, you know, the NFT market in general is, I hope, going to start smartening up. This didn't need to mint out at 3 ETH. It's you know,
well,
go for it.
No, I just think that at this point, obviously, as it was unfolding over the weekend, we saw meme after meme after meme. Kevin everywhere. And it was obvious to me, well, this guy's become a phenomenon. I went over and I checked the floor on Pixelmon. He was a little under 2 at the time. And by the time I fell asleep on Spaces last night, he was at 4 ETH. People have fallen in love with Kevin. He's become a phenomenon. Now, if I know this team, here's the issue. They're going to take that $70 million and go conceive some more art with it, some art that we love. So here's what's going to happen too. As we've now fallen in love with this Kevin and people are paying upwards of $11,000 for him and we can't get enough Kevin, these assholes are going to rug pull us on Kevin again. All those Kevin NFTs, they're going to change the metadata on them to what everybody actually wants. So this collection is not just going to rug you once, they're going to rug you twice. And I will say, this Pixelmon thing was okay, but it was nothing compared to the rug that was Invisible Friends. Would you pull up those comments? How many weeks on this show did they say it fucking closed? It closed.
I will. I do. There's just a couple more things. I don't know if you have anything else you want to say.
People were paying 9 ETH for these fucking things. We're talking about Pixelmon. Look at Invisible Friends. There was one that was a pencil. There's a motherfucker going around Twitter right now with a pencil as his PFP, a 15 ETH pencil. They're at 5.7 ETH right now. Goddamn rug pull. All around.
Okay, I have Invisible Friends up, man. You win. I mean, Twitter doesn't have animated profile pictures, so there's one. I mean, even when you put these into like a little circle or whatever, it's not a whole lot here too. But these don't look good. Like, obviously the ones that they shared, the one of ones, they're pretty cool. There's a lot of like different things going on with them and whatnot. But I mean, the backgrounds are boring. You know, this, like, what is on this guy's face? A Band-Aid?
Come on.
Come on. Band-Aid. That's a $16,000 Band-Aid right there. I mean, congrats to anybody that sold these at, like, you know, 8, 9, 10 ETH pre-reveal. This is, I'm so underwhelmed by what came out of this. We can look at the highest last sales. There were some gigantic sales on some of these. You know, it's nice to see some people that minted and held through reveal had absolutely gigantic wins. This is one of the ones they shared on the Twitter, one of ones. It sold for 110 ETH.
Sorry.
Well, hey, I mean, you look at this one. I mean, it looks good.
It should have been a collection of 10 one-of-ones that all sold for 100 ETH, and we all would have been like, "Oh, this artist is great." Yeah, they hit us with a bunch of these. That was a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, the one-of-ones, the ones that they, you know, curated. Yeah, they curated. Looks really good, but again, like, this is one of the problems, that when you're trying to dissect something on Twitter, you know, they are only showing you what they want to show you. And when you think about, you know, where it can go, like, I mean, this one's kind of cool, but it, you know, it really does depend on how much clothing they're actually wearing.
Yeah? I mean, the best one was the 101 they leaked earlier. They didn't even have any other 101s there. I thought there were going to be other background. The top two, those two are good. I mean, the rest, how are people paying that type of? It's it. Look. This is what we talked about from the beginning. We called this one from a mile away, first of all, but this is why the Sotheby's news was mind-boggling to me. You never know how these things are going to be executed. You never know. You don't know what the commons are going to look like ahead of time. We always sit here, we guess, we think, we assume. You just don't know. The number one utility for any PFP project is to use it as any NFT project is to use it as a profile picture. Use it as a PFP. These don't work that way. I don't know what if this is a nice piece of art you put on your wall, sure. But then, like I said, there should be 10 of them. There should be 50 of them. Really, really put together one of ones that this artist cared about. I don't think it worked as a generative collection. The ones that don't make sense, and they don't look good. They're just underwhelming. I mean, I am not surprised the floor is where it is. I'm not saying the floor should go to zero. I understand how many people are supporting this. I don't think it's going to fall close to mint price, but damn, man. I mean, these should have minted at 0.25 with no hype. We all would have been like, wow, this is such a cool concept. They would have run to 3 ETH. It would have been the cook of the weekend, and everyone would have been, happy. He's fucking open at 14 ETH. It's ridiculous.
Here's my take on this too, right? And keep in mind that you can't really use these as a profile picture, so don't design them like a profile picture. Have some backgrounds. Have this guy walking down a boardwalk. Have one of them walking down, across a desert that constantly loops or whatever. Like, surfing on a surfboard or and whatnot. Like, if these had backgrounds and these were more of like an all-encompassing like piece of art that you were looking at, right? I think we might even be having a fully different conversation here. But these stagnant backgrounds, like this one, 20 ETH, this 22 ETH that sold for. Like, what? I don't understand. Maybe that's just somebody selling it to himself or something like that. But this is making no sense to me. I don't want this on my wall. I mean, maybe on a picture frame if I had it and I was really proud of it,
Sure.
I'd put it behind there or something.
I like them,
but I know, but that's what I'm saying, right? Like, make it a full piece of art. Right. Have him walking on a sidewalk. Have him, walking his invisible dog there. Like, make it look like it was supposed to be a fully fledged scene. These don't work as profile pictures, and yet they were designed as one. And that's why you see something like this looks a lot better, because he's actually doing something. He's surfing, he's flying along. There's clouds going by in the background. It looks great. Even this one, have this guy, if there was like, this was like a grassy meadow or something, he's walking through it and all of these, mushrooms and stuff were growing out of the ground as he's like, this watering can trait looks really good. The animation's really clean. It's bright, it's vibrant, but this doesn't go in a profile picture, and it shouldn't have been designed as such. Also hearing some pretty sketchy things. We mentioned that, the golden invisible friend, which was plain as fuck. They literally just took this guy and recolored him or whatever.
It was so bad.
And
too.
This would have been a better one, right? Like, but
it should have been an auction piece.
It was to charity, and then you find out that it was their own charity. You find out that these guys had two original projects in the past that they hinted that maybe if you have some more of these, you'll have a better chance of getting an allow list for Invisible Friends. So those floors shot up to like 5 ETH because people were paying shitloads of money to try and just get on this one. Those floor prices have absolutely tanked since then as well.
Those NFTs in the random,
people are getting wrecked on this stuff. What's that?
Who do you think own those? Who do you think owned most of the NFTs in the Random Character Collective? I bet it was the Random Character Collective. Okay, these were not.
Oh, like selling them back to the public. Yeah, I mean,
these were not popular collections. These got the two criticisms I had about this project. One, it's clothes, and it's not going to work in a PFP. Two was how they were running their community, whether it was how they were making people get whitelist spots, how they were treating their Discord, how they were selling merch before they were even a project, how they were talking about deals with Sotheby's before they had even minted. Everything about them seemed to culminate in the fact that they started their own charity and gave money to themselves. I find this entire organization to be trash. I think that the product they put out is underwhelming, and I'm extremely disappointed that it had the hype that it did.
I'm glad you said underwhelming and not trash, because I actually do like the animations. As you said, like they like as a thing, it's good. But as a product, as a profile picture product, how it was marketed and how it was developed, 100% agree.
Yep.
This is underwhelming. The intent is not right. Like, no. I could pick a ton of traits in here that I really, really do enjoy, but I mean, you're just not using these. I don't know. Are they going to be metaverse characters? Do I care? You're running around the metaverse and you're Patrick Swayze and Ghost. Like, I don't get it. Like, it's. Anyways, yeah, I mean, these things are selling for an absolute, obscene amount of money. 25,000 ETH in volume, nearly traded since its mint date, and the floor has fallen quite far. And this is one of those instances where the people in the Discord or the people that got in on it, like, congratulations to you. You made a lot of money if you decided to sell. Even if you sold right now, you'd still be up for like 25x. Like, that's still incredible. That's a great cook, a great win. But the hype that everybody gets sucked up into within this 250,000 person community that's not really a community is that there was this real belief that at 10 ETH pre-reveal, these things were going to go to 20 ETH, that they were the next blue chip, that they were going to be 50 ETH, like, no question, locked in, it's programmed. And that's crazy.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Out of pocket, my friend. It's out of pocket.
People. This okay. So this, like, that Twitter list that you brought up last week of list of 10 blue chips or whatever, and this was on it. This is your blue chip.
Okay.
This was the blue chip. This is a blue chip. This is where we are with blue chips.
I saw somebody. There was literally somebody who put up a pre-reveal image of Wonderpals this weekend with the quote, "I can tell a new blue chip before it even reveals. You can tell when it's a blue chip." That was what the tweet was. I said, "Are you?" I don't know. They thought Azuki was a blue chip. I haven't heard the term Azuki in weeks. And boy, did those PFPs go out of fast. Oh, FMC, it's the real deal. Oh, it's not just because influencers put them in their PFP. Uh-huh. Okay. Sure. It's not the next Oni. No, it's different this time. Look at the volume. Look at how much. What's the floor there, R2?
It is 11 ETH and 122,000 ETH in volume. So, I mean, it's not...
that sounds like down 50% to me.
Well,
a lot of people out there paid 17 ETH.
Yes. Okay. That is true.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say this, actually, because I was going to say, if somebody can afford to pay 17 ETH on this, they're probably all right now. But that's not necessarily true.
I didn't say I was starting a GoFundMe for them. I just said that they crowned Azuki as a blue chip. They said that it was different. They said that this is the one. I said, okay, maybe, but how dare you say that after 2 weeks? And I think it's going to get worse for Azuki. I think they're going to fall to 5 ETH over the next month. Easily.
Well, if we're trending into a bearish period, if this goes on for a month, which is totally possible, and the volume dries up across the board, things are not going to hold 11 ETH. They're not going to hold 10 ETH.
Demand go bye-bye. Sorry.
But that'll be across the board for all projects. And that's, but no project is safe from that.
Azuki will get it worse than most because it pulled too much ahead. So you'll see. They go bye-bye. We need to go bye-bye. We just see you later. Thanks for playing.
All right. Now that we've got Invisible Friends and Pixelmon out of the way, what else are we talking about? We've got Starcatchers revealed.
People say with Invisible Friends they couldn't see that one coming.
What's that?
You get it? Because they're invisible.
Oh,
thank you.
Oh, free market.
All right, thank you.
Nailed it. That was out of pocket.
Out of pocket.
Starcatchers revealed on Friday night. They kind of continually moved the reveal forward sooner and sooner and sooner, which was fine. I logged on to try and get ready for the reveal and then realized that it had already happened. I think the unanimous decision, I shouldn't say unanimous, I think mostly people were extremely satisfied with the launch of this. I want to say it met my expectations, and that's a very good thing because I expected them to be great. I expected this to look like, what I was going to see for the floor one. Somebody shared, I think it's somebody in AlphaMint ended up getting the 9,999th rarest one, and even that one looked pretty good. But yeah, this is exactly what you want to see. And I think a lot of people are frustrated because it's not, 1 ETH, 2 ETH. This is supposed to be the next. Like, it's fine. The expectations were there. And the most important thing was that they, met them, and they were lofty, right? This is one of the biggest problems about like gaining this massive hype cycle, whether it's organic or not. The expectations become almost so surreal that it's impossible to meet them. I think that they met expectations. I'm not going to say that they exceeded expectations because my expectations were very high for them. But one of the things I was pleasantly surprised with was their incorporation of animation into it across the board. Animated wasn't specifically a rare trait, but it was very subtle. It didn't take, away from the actual profile picture. It wasn't distracting. It wasn't, something that made you go, oh, I need to have this animated. But even just like, just these little stars in the back, or those little flame eyes just having a slight thing, the propeller on top of the beanie moving, like these are just really, really good. And I've been really enjoying seeing people have them as their profile picture in there. I would not be discouraged by the fact that, especially with volume drying up across the board, that these are sitting at a 0.46 price. The reason why I didn't end up even buying any is because I was partially thinking that we are heading into this season. I wanted to keep liquidity. And so now I'm actually going to probably start to look to enter some of these in the next few days. I don't think I'm going to be buying anything off the secondary for 2 or 3 days at this point, but I wouldn't feel horrible starting to enter here.
Starcatchers reveal met my expectations. Absolutely beautiful. The animations were a surprise. Nobody expected. They were, I consider them absolutely fabulous. I saw them all over the place. People wearing them as their PFPs. We had a Starcatchers reveal party in which everyone was wearing them, and they just looked next level and absolutely fabulous. I couldn't say enough good things. Before this week happened, the question I got asked most was Weather Report, Wonderpals, and Starcatchers. Which one was going to have the highest price? Which one was going to be the one to bet on? Which was blah, 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 blah. And I always said, 1 week after mint, the one with the highest price will be Wonderpals. Okay. 1 year after mint, the one with the highest price will be Starcatchers. I have never believed that more. I think that is exactly what's going to play out here. The fact that it is sitting right in the range that I predicted it would be in, which is 0.4 to 0.6, makes sense to me. They were a victim of being the first one who minted that week. They got off to a great start. Everybody wanted them. And then within a few hours, everyone went, oh shit, we got Invisible Friends, Wonderpals, and 700 other mints this week that are all very high profile and need liquidity. So people started looking to Starcatchers immediately for liquidity. I consider this a gift. This is one of the greatest things that could have happened. And
you know what I saw watching the whale watching feed in AlphaMint during this week? Tons of people buying Starcatchers.
Yep.
These are, selected wallets of, the biggest names in NFTs, traders and collectors. Tons of people buying Starcatchers. Big sweeps of them. Tons of ETH being spent on them.
Yeah.
Accumulating at low prices. You know what I'm not seeing a lot of people buying? Invisible Friends. In fact, the only person that I saw buying lots of Invisible Friends was Fleur. And we all know what that means. So
who is down 50% or more as of
if you are worried about Invisible Friends, or sorry, not Invisible Friends, about Starcatchers and the disappointing floor price on it, keep in mind that some of the biggest and brightest names in NFT trading and collecting have been loading up on these.
These are the neck doodles. Look, I have never been as confident in a call. I know what the Psyduck, if you're looking at these one of ones and these rares right now, Psyduck bought the red devil up there because that one matches his cool cat, the famous cool cat that he wears all the time. Psyduck paid 30 ETH, I think it was, for that one. I'm telling you. I've told you a million times. I have to tell you again. I think Starcatchers is the next one, all that type of great stuff. And, the price action is actually very similar to Little Lemon Friends. You just have to realize it's 5 times the price. So if you think about how Little Lemon Friends debuted, here's exactly what happened. They debuted. They got off to a great start. They were 5x. They were sitting at 0.1. And then Alien Friends minted. And then Cool Man's minted. And then all these other things. And it was like everyone forgot about Little Lemon Friends for a week or two. And then all of a sudden, it starts going on the runaway. As the same with... This is a gift. I am going to be selling things low. As long as Starcatchers is under 0.6, I keep adding. Fine.
Yeah. And it's fun now too, because you can handpick the ones that you want while people are panicking and trying to find exit liquidity anywhere. You could just sit there and pick them up, the ones that look good, because we see in collections like this, and this one actually really reminded me of Cool Man's in a sense of like the high diversity of traits, and a lot of them look rare. There were a couple that I minted that I thought I was going to I was like, oh, like, it was the first thing I checked, right? And I was like, oh shit, these look really good. Check the rarity score. And I was like, oh, 6,000 and 7,500. I was like, but that's a good sign, right? These are, some of the lowest on the totem pole looking absolutely fantastic. When you see projects like this, and I liken it to Cool Man's, because one of the things I know about Cool Man's is that people will overpay for ones they like. It's more about searching about the ones that are aesthetically appealing. I always constantly on my 9,900th rarity Cool Man's get offers at or above floor for WETH on them. I think you're going to see a lot of that with this project too. So if you're liquid right now and you have long-term conviction in this project, this is a great time to just sit there and watch the listings that pop up and just scoop up ones that you think look good, you think look clean, you think are a good representation of you, whatever. Maybe it's just a trait you're collecting. It's a good time for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that I played a few times on Spaces too was F, Marry, Kill. One of my favorite games, okay? F, Marry, Kill. And they would give me Starcatchers, Wonderpals, and Weather Report. Now, this was before any controversy had come out about Weather Report, but quite frankly, I never liked the project. I thought the art was weak, especially compared to Starcatchers and Wonderpals. And every time I played F, Marry, Kill, it was F, Wonderpals, marry Starcatchers, kill Weather Report. And I think it's playing out in that exact way, right? Wonderpals is the hot babe of the week. It's the one that's maintaining its floor. It had the most volume. Again, I'm not including Invisible Friends here. And I think that in a week from now, it will have the highest price. I actually think it's going to go up after reveal. And given how underwhelming the Invisible Friends reveal was, I'm saying, fuck it, throw it in there. I think of all the projects this week that minted, and I guess it will be this Saturday coming up. This Saturday, 1 week after, I do believe Wonderpals will have the highest floor. I think it'll be over 3 ETH. I think Invisible Friends will be under 3 ETH. And Wonderpals will be the story of this last hype week. As the months unfold, I think that dynamic is all going to change, but that is what I think is going to happen. So
I'm so impressed by that. Like, putting backgrounds in profile pictures is such an art in and of itself.
Easily the best art.
It's a fine line between having distraction in the profile picture and making it work. I will say some of them might be borderline on distraction, but just this simple little squiggle, it just looks so good with it. I don't know what it is. I'm so drawn to these. They're so aesthetically appealing to me. And
I mean, it makes Three-Landers look like a child's doodle, quite frankly. They're very, they're strikingly brilliant. Strikingly brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. Perfect. Let's move on to Wonderpals since we just brought that up. The mint did go down the pre-sale allow list, and of course, the large majority of people that were on the allow list for Wonderpals could only mint one. The unique holder situation here is actually incredible. 7,000 unique holders to just under 9,000 NFTs. We're sitting at almost 4,000 ETH in volume traded, and they are sitting at right now about a 1.15, 1.1-ish floor. We're just picking nits, getting into any more decimal places, but doing very well. There's going to be a raffle. I believe it's starting at 5 p.m. today for the remaining 1,100-ish to be minted. If you can be around for that, go join that. I mean, this is a hell of a cook if you are able to get on this. Remember, were the cheapest of the lot too, minting at 0.08. Everything I've seen from this looks really good. I've seen a bunch of the collaborative art pieces that were put out for the different ones, and I think it's been really great to see this project developed. It's simple, it's clean, they're cute, they're recognizable as a Wonderpal, and I actually think this, along with Starcatchers, is going to have a great run. Obviously, sitting above 1 ETH right now is incredible, but I could definitely see these going the exact opposite way. The exact opposite way, going up on reveal is what I meant. If the NFT market in general is feeling frisky, if some volumes kind of comes out of the woodworks, remains to be seen though. It's in a tricky spot.
I do believe these are going to go up after reveal. The people I've talked to over the weekend who I trust say that they are hearing it's the next Hello Kitty. Great Asian appeal, mass appeal in Asia with Mina's art. I hear rumors of partnerships already in the works. We're not talking NFT partnerships. We're talking real world partnerships. Very, very bullish on Wonderpals. And I believe the rumor is now, just like Starcatchers, that most, if not all of these will be animated.
No shit.
Yes, and that is due to the person who they had work on this project that specializes in animation, and he actually also worked for Starcatchers. So that, I think, is why the rumor now it feels corroborated, is because this same guy who specializes in animation worked for both projects, and now that it was a surprise with Starcatchers, I think people feel like it's a shoo-in with Wonderpals. And there was like this invisible link the whole time that felt like these two projects were related, even though they're not related. I feel like
Starcatchers and Wonderpals.
Yeah, and yeah, I feel like that link is going to end up being that they're that these are animated too. So I think these are going to do very well, of course. And I actually think these are going to go up after reveal. I do think it's one of the few projects that will do that. So we'll see.
Douglas is saying he minted Wonderpals for the first time in ETH. Should you sell it before reveal or hold it? I mean, as we kind of just said, our intuition and our gut is telling us that these really could have a good run after. But it all depends on, what your liquidity situation is. If 1.1 ETH right now at this very moment will make a difference to you or allow you to participate in something else that you are extremely bullish on, then maybe. But, if it's a small portion of your liquidity, if it's not going to make a gigantic difference to what you can and can't do in this market, if I had to choose one of them to hold through reveal, it would probably be Wonderpals. And I'm trying to remove my recency bias of understanding what Starcatchers is and being incredibly excited about it. I'm just saying, like, if you had asked me if all of them were unrevealed, Starcatchers, Invisible Friends, and of course Weather Report, like, because we're just talking about it, my gut would tell me the highest likelihood of going up after reveal would have been Wonderpals. I still think that's going to be the case.
You have less than 1.2 ETH in your wallet. I think you should sell your Wonderpal.
Yeah, I know. I mean, if 50% of your liquidity or 50% of your portfolio is a big chunk to be betting on one thing, right? And that being said, like, if you sell it and it goes up, it doesn't mean that it was the right play, because it's like it's like when you're playing poker, right? Sometimes you can make the wrong move and get lucky, but it doesn't mean that making that move every time is going to be plus EV, especially in your situation. Stack size has a huge play in some of the things that you do too, right?
Correct.
I'm a poker pro.
Very nice.
When's the last time you played poker? Like real?
Live, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's been a minute.
I'm feeling a Vegas trip, man. You in?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm very in.
I want to go degen at a blackjack and a poker table at the area.
My homie is in Vegas right now. I've been getting pictures. Woo!
Oh, yeah?
They are Vegasing over there.
Oh, God, I'm so ready for
holding
it.
back,
I'm
my friend.
so ready for it. I think I'm going to be planning a bachelor party in Vegas. So.
Why, yes, and we do have a Discord or something. That Discord is called AlphaMint.
Yes, check it out. AlphaMint.com or AlphaMint.gg/ oh, fuck. Discord.gg/AlphaMint. I think I could
you
just
have Timmy's or Starbucks this morning?
Oh, no, just my own coffee.
Your own coffee?
Yeah. Is that all right?
Yeah, definitely.
I've been trying not to buy coffee as much. I mean, it seems like such a small amount of money, but it just
it isn't. It's holding an entire generation of millennials back from prosperity.
Yeah, that and avocado toast for sure.
I literally this weekend ordered lattes and avocado toast twice. It was you.
And are you broke?
Liquidity crisis? Well.
Just eating liquidity crisis in the form of avocado toast. Love it.
Yes.
Let's talk crypto Mories. We have brought up crypto Mories a bunch on this show in the past.
All right, wind me up, baby. Here I go.
All right, just twist it up.
Wind me up.
Throw some hundreds in the chat for Free Markets rant that he's about to go on. Yes, crypto Mories on the weekend, February 26th. Just about 1 p.m., send out a tweet. As you know, Mories have been delisted from Opensea. Initially, we thought it was due to an Opensea technical issue, but we now know it was because of a DMCA takedown request. Someone from the NFT world has been claiming that one of our traits is an infringement of his copyright. This sent everybody, all of the NFT detectives, and into a tizzy trying to figure out which project it was from, which trade it was from. People were trying to connect the dots like Charlie and Always Sunny in Philadelphia. People were immediately pointing at Cool Cats, which I think are the victims of a lot of unfortunate and unfair finger pointing. It was almost just assumed that it was Cool Cats, but that was not the case after a little bit of work, and then Crypto Mories coming out and saying it. I have the 404 here. It is still down off Opensea, by the way. It turns out that it was from somebody by the name of Sabet.
Yes.
I was actually unfamiliar with who this is. Did you know of them before this?
I know who Sabet is. He's
okay.
He is such a scumbag on multiple levels. This guy was very prominent in Clubhouse right when a lot of people were getting into NFTs, including people like Farouk. He would be on Clubhouses all the time. He was very boisterous, very bold, very loud, very flamboyant, and his art was fabulous. So people liked him. He makes great art. I will never knock that. Okay. He ended up making millions of dollars in NFTs. His art became very, very popular, but his methods for selling this art and the way that he treated his clients was untoward, to say the least. I won't go into too many details, but they're on Farouk's page. He treated Farouk very poorly, pressured him to buy art, said things that could be construed as financial advice, which an artist cannot do when trying to sell their art.
Can I just also say the tweet that the cyberer of Pixelmon put out that said Pixelmon is going to be the next blue chip, like it's locked in. This is financial advice. I mean, everyone was like, "Oh boy!" Like you're right. You can't say that shit.
Yeah, you can't say shit. And this is what Sabet would go into the DMs of his collectors, of people try to sell them pieces and guarantee that the value of those pieces would go up if they bought them. Okay, this is unethical to say the least. I don't even know what the legal ramifications are. Now, this is who this guy was. This is how I knew him. And again, this is public information. This isn't hearsay. You can go look on Farouk's page. He speaks out about it. He's posted text messages. This is how this guy was viewed anyway. Now, he comes up. Apparently, he hadn't talked to Crypto Mories. He had just sent some letter demanding some things, told them that they had stolen a trade, whatever it was. Okay, gets them DCMA. They get taken down. It was funny because this, excuse me, this was happening right during the transition from for the migration of the contract. So the rumors are, we were all like, crypto Mories? That doesn't make any sense. Like, how could they be delisted? Everyone thought that it was just an error, a technical error with the contract, that Mories got delisted. Lo and behold, we found out it was a DCMA. Didn't know it was a trait at first, and I'll admit I was a little scared. I said, oh shit, is it like someone coming after the skulls? Because, you know, as we can see with DentedFeels or with any project, if your base model is somebody else's, I mean, the whole project is in jeopardy here. You never know what could happen if it's a real licensing agreement, etc. When the rumors started to come out that it was a trait, I was like, oh, please, you know, because let's say the guy had a completely legitimate case. It was a trait that this guy built his brand on, and the Mories, you know, used it exact. The Mories could change the trait. I mean, you could change the trait in the metadata. It would be a very simple fix. It wouldn't wreck the collection. And you'd have a very good case in court saying that this trait in no way was the reason that it made all this royalty money, that it made all this stuff. You could point to a million other, you know, blah, 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 blah.
100%.
So I started.
I can't even see the trait anywhere on this page that I'm looking for.
Yeah. Well, that, you know, then when I found out it was Sabet, oh my God, you should have seen the steam coming out of my ears, because I knew the reputation of this guy. And when I found out what trait it was, I went even more crazy. Now, you see how I feel about Sabet. You see how I think that the case itself is fugazi. There's obviously nothing going on here. Huge opportunity. If you loved Mories, if you understand what this art is, what this community is, they were selling at 0.5 on LooksRare. And even if you're like, oh, even if you don't think Mories are going to be, you know, 2 ETH, 3 ETH, 5 ETH, like I think they are going to be this year, but even if you didn't think that, it was going to be an easy double when the mean reversion happened and people realized that this collection wasn't going to be, you know, taken off the face of the earth and all that. The bigger implication here for me was Opensea. I mean, the fucking nerve. Okay.
Well, let me read this message in this tweet that Farouk set out. I'm not going to find it on his page, so I was going to bring it up on the screen. I know. I wanted to pull it up, but I'll just quote it from Backroom, and thank you for sharing it. The fact that Crypto Mories got delisted on OpenSea over a lie by some gritting artist is a shame and sets a very bad precedent for our entire space. Do better at OpenSea. Farouk. I'm going to pull up also the trait that it was taken over. I had the DMCA claim up. This beauty of a skull that probably, as the tweeter said, 1 minute to make, is the point in question over the DMCA. Now, we have said in the last few weeks that OpenSea has their finger on the trigger about responding to DMCAs. This is a company that's looking to go public. It is a company that wants to avoid any legal issues because of the VC backing that they have. They are a centralized entity, and they do have to play within the realm of the law. But they are also not really taking any diligence in setting these precedents of how much you can do to get someone taken off. And this is very concerning because Sabet having Crypto Mories taken down, and let's keep in mind, Crypto Mories has been on OpenSea for what, 5 months now, 6 months, and minted out in the fall, I think, or late summer. Its existence has been around for a long time. And this guy, Sabet, comes around and says, this is mine, take it down. And they're like, yeah, okay, no problem. You raised a great point in the show. Where is OpenSea drawing the line? Because that they're not going to do that with Bored Apes. If there's a trait that somebody says, oh, I had this first, Bored Apes, take them down. They're not just going to push the button. So where does this line get drawn? And, who is in charge of this? Why wouldn't they reach out to Crypto Mories, who, again, has been around for a long time, has generated a lot on the secondary market, was sitting above a 1 ETH floor. This wasn't just some scratch project that hadn't had any volume on it in the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And they say, yeah, you know what? Let's just get rid of this trash off our site. No problem. Who is doing this? I don't know. Like, what do you think? Like, what needs to be done here?
And when I see this skull you put up in front of me, that is his, quote unquote artwork. That looks like a lot more like Amir's artwork than it does Sabet. Mondoir. If you guys don't know who Mondoir is, go look at Mondoir. All right. Because someone pointed out, like, oh, Sabet has some nerve. He's the first one to go steal art. And I don't even, everyone's inspired by everyone. Fine. But, OpenSea really has some responsibility here. You got to have some, you can't. Crypto Mories, Kaiju Kings. Why don't these have blue checks? Why aren't they fucking communities that are held up and celebrated? They were both added to Coinbase. These are both communities that anybody who's outside NFTs and starts to explore NFTs will understand are huge and important. Yet what does OpenSea treat them as? This is ridiculous. Like you said, if Bored Ape Yacht Club, some artist sent a letter to OpenSea saying Bored Ape Yacht Club stole one trait, you think they would delist Bored Ape Yacht Club and then go call Yuga Labs? No. The fucking CEO of OpenSea would have picked up the phone and called. He would have taken the opportunity to call Yuga Labs himself, because I know how these things work, and a CEO is going to take an opportunity to pad his relationship. He's going to call them personally, say, hey, this thing's happening. Do you guys know what's up with it? Blah, blah, blah. They didn't do that for Mories because they don't fucking care. And I don't understand it. OpenSea had of course, what Sabet did here is ridiculous. Of course, Mories should not be delisted. It is OpenSea I have the biggest problem with here today. Should any artist just be allowed to come up and say, yeah, this project DCM made me, and you take them down without asking? That is fucking ridiculous. That's ridiculous. No, nothing. Crypto Mories, you couldn't have a more boisterous community, a vocal community. OpenSea is deaf. They're tone deaf. They don't even know. It's like they don't understand their own industry. It's crazy to me.
Bring back Nate.
It was an opportunity. If you love Crypto Mories like I do, they were sitting at half what they're worth. Crazy. They need to go back up as soon as possible. Who cares? Like you said, who could even find this trait in the collection? If he needs to change this trait, do it for this.
Well, it's probably super rare now. I bet everybody tried to scoop that up. No, honestly, I mean, it's the same thing as the Kevin thing. Once that is so recognizable as some kind of point of controversy or memeability or discussion point, right? The value of that kind of thing, goes up.
The way you treat small collections, OpenSea, is trash. Get your fucking shit together. Seriously.
Yeah, for sure. Omelt brought up a great point. It looks like the Zero Skateboards logo, brought that up on screen. 100%. I mean, I how old am I? Quick math. Yeah, like 20 years ago when I was skateboarding, this thing existed.
What kind of fucking nerve do they have to give Cool Pets a blue check? The game doesn't even work. It's a picture of a fucking egg sitting there doing nothing. They give them a blue check. And Kaiju Kings is sitting there. Why? Fucking open.
What is it? I mean, we've spoken to Dots. You talked to Dots. Like, is there a reason? Have you asked him? Like, why? What is it about Kaiju Kings that OpenSea?
I talked to him about it. There's no communication from OpenSea. You don't get any answer unless you are Cool Cats or Bored Ape Yacht Club. You don't get any answer from OpenSea. It is stupid. It is no surprise they are being attacked by competitors. It's so easy. They're lazy. They're resting on their laurels, and it's going to destroy them.
LooksRare. How's that coin price doing? I haven't checked. Oh, is that the answer? Let's pull it up. Let's see what the response to LooksRare was. Drum roll.
It's higher than X2. It's higher than X2 Y2.
Is it? Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I actually made the good trade there. I was scared because it was trending this way. I saw X2 Y2 trending. I was like, oh fuck, is it $4? And lo and behold,
this morning. Oh wow,
that price. So yeah. That was a good. I was happy to get off that one.
You got it. Yes. So, hope for Crypto Mories to get back up there. I hope that this is something that can be resolved quickly because, I mean, at the end of the day, the holders are being punished for this. The team is being punished for this. And I mean, I didn't have any knowledge of Sabet, but it sounds like he's a fucking scumbag. And this is just another marketing ploy, tactic, bullshit reason to be.
If Azuki gets a blue check before Kaiju Kings, I'm just no. That's the.
Azuki doesn't have a blue check either. Okay.
Yeah, no. They don't have one yet.
I don't know what their process is for it then.
Azuki doesn't have a blue check yet.
What's that?
I just said small favors. Azuki doesn't have a blue check yet, but it's not that I don't want Azuki to have a blue check. Azuki should have a blue check.
It absolutely should. 122,000 ETH in volume.
Yeah. These should all come on though. Don't Crypto Mories and Kaiju King shouldn't have a blue check. These are two communities like any other project turns to and begs to partner with them. I don't.
Azuki has made Opensea off their 2.5% royalty $8 million just for existing.
That doesn't buy you a blue check. $8 million.
Give them a fucking blue check, man. What is going on here? You got to get them. You got to make them $10 million, I guess. Maybe that's the threshold that we're missing here.
What would it take to hire at $100 million a year? You hire 10 people at $100,000 a year. They could handle this. It's not difficult. You hired 10 people from the DGen dojo. They would do a fabulous job.
Azuki made them enough to hire 80 people at $100,000.
Just Azuki.
I don't get it. Is it just they feel that their moat is untouchable? They just feel like they could just do no wrong, like nothing.
At this point, we were having this conversation 4 months ago. Who even knows? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Fuck me, man. Crazy. More stories. I guess we probably still have some other stuff to go over. I know we kind of went off, not off script, but out of order here. Oh, Howlers. That's the other one. Howlers. This kind of had popped up last week, gained a lot of big following on Twitter, just kind of seemed to be this like antithesis mint in the middle of like heavily allow listed, big hyped, long standing projects. Howlers kind of came out of nowhere, got people very excited about the mint process. It was a stealth-ish mint. They kind of did hint that it was going to be going live on a certain day, which was Friday. Yeah, Friday. I like stealth mints. I think that they're fun. I think that it was interesting that they did this with no allow list and no Discord. It's all good. But with stealth minting comes a lot of scams and a lot of issues, and that was out in full force on Friday too. People were finding and duplicating the contract or creating their own. People were minting anything and everything to try and just be first in line for it. It did end up getting heavily botted. There was, some speculation about multiple contracts being out there, all from the same team, blah, 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 blah. I don't know how much of that is true or false. I will say this though. I liked the art. I thought it was fun. And, when the dust settled on all of the stealth mint drama and, the issues that arose from it and, the unfortunate people getting scammed by it. But again, here's the thing. It's a risk you take, right? Like you want to be first. You want that upsized risk of being able to mint before everybody, or that, that opportunity to mint. With upside risk comes upside, or with upside reward comes upside risk. And they did make it pretty clear on Twitter, like don't mint from anything that we don't post officially. So it's kind of that game that you're playing when you're involving yourself in something like this. It did do really well. It immediately shot up to over 1 ETH. Right now sitting at about 0.7. Nothing wrong with that. And honestly, I mean, these are, I don't know. There's something just fun about them. It really does just feel like a kind of a middle finger, like just like fuck you, here's my art project. Like I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I didn't get any of these. The mint went live about 15 minutes after I headed out to go run some errands. And I didn't buy any of these off the secondary, although I was tempted at some point. I think they fell down to about 0.5, 0.6 ETH floor. And I thought, maybe there's an opportunity here. But again, I've kind of just decided that I'm going to stay off the secondary for a couple of days and figure out what happens. But I mean, these look good. The 1 of 1s were selling for quite high. The highest sale was 35 ETH, 15 ETH for this like Little Red Riding Hood one. I thought it was hilarious that there was one that just had all of the traits. Did you see that one?
No.
I
haven't seen any of these.
Oh, you haven't looked at them at all?
Yeah. I mean, I knew they existed, but this feels like one of those projects that people rock because it was hard to get. Like, it's a flex that you have one because it wasn't easy to get, but they'll be 0 in 3 weeks. I mean,
you think so? I'm hearing, so they opened a Discord and it is only open to holders of this, and apparently the vibes and whatnot are pretty good, and there's,
I bet.
Yeah, no, I actually think that this is gonna be. I actually think this is gonna be something.
Yeah. Cool.
I don't know why, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying I'm taking the opposite side of it. There was something about this going down in the moment. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I think that they're fun more than anything else. They don't take themselves too seriously. They never promised to be anything that they're not. Like, I don't know. I can appreciate it. I just want to find the one with all the traits. There's one that just literally has every single trait that is generated on top of it, and it looks absolutely ridiculous, but I find it hilarious.
No, I love a lot of things in my hidden wallet.
Are these in your hidden wallet?
No, I'm just saying they will be in people's hidden wallets within a few weeks. I'm just saying I love them. I think they're great.
Well, I mean, if this launched in the face of an impending bear market, not in an impending bear market, if the bear market actually goes down and is extended, this is something that you're going to see get hurt from it for sure. For sure. But I enjoy it.
Yeah, good project.
Poppy regrets not buying a Kevin. Don't we all?
I know. I'd buy 6 Kevins before I touched any of these Howlers. I like the Howlers. I'm just saying. Kevin was the story of the week. I mean, he's got. I want a 3D printed I would put a 3D printed Kevin.
Oh, who could get that made? Let's get that made.
Could the Pixelmon guy? Now we know he has a lot of money in his war chest. Could he sue us for using one of his things?
I don't know. We could probably just buy the asset off Unity.
Couldn't we just be like,
no, we just buy it off Unity for $200 and then 3D print it.
That's so not Web3 of you. How dare you use legal avenues when somebody is stealing it? That's so not Web3.
Yeah. We'll just create our own charity and have the proceeds being donated to it.
Kevin 100 ETH, Howlers to 0. You heard it here first.
Time stamped. 1 hour and 30 minutes into the show. 100 ETH for Kevin.
Did you hear that? So you don't have to ask us after the show.
No, I've been writing them down. Don't you worry.
That's good.
You could probably commission somebody to make it out of Legos. Yeah, that would actually be pretty cool. Although Lego is not having.
I get this hankering feeling some other wolves are going to outshadow these just in the coming month.
It is Moon Monday. It is Moon Monday.
It is
dope. What else we got? What else you want to talk about? Anything? Okay. So actually, this is what time is it? 10. Yeah, perfect. An hour and a half in. I'll throw the music on. I'll put the link in, and we can just chill out.
Today, at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard, it is the 50th edition of the Morning Squeeze. That would be 50 morning squeezes in a row without stopping, Monday through Friday. We'll be giving away a Little Lemon, courtesy of the Little Lemons NFT community wallet. Thank you, Cenarius. This is going to be a good time. Tune in. It's going to be very lemon themed. There's going to be lemoning, and we're going to have lemon. Lemon in.
Lemon in?
Lemon in.
50 episodes. Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're coming up on 100.
Woo!
Not to like one up. That's not what I'm doing. But 80, 81. I mean, pretty dope. Let's go. Exciting. Oh yeah, I had this thing pulled up that I wanted to show, and then I minimized the screen.
Is Hologram is he not an elder?
I don't know.
Why do we get this comment every Moon Monday? Can somebody who works there just make him an elder, please?
I don't know if he's I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Hologram, are you an elder or not? There's a process.
I know.
It's not.
Nick, I know you're going to be watching this on a recording. Help me out. NVO.
They're not up yet, are they?
Web 3PO. Web 3PO.
Love that name.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have anything special planned for the 100th episode?
I am watching Rubber Ducks. Lazy Lima, I know how excited you and the cool cats are about them, but they're the ones who own all those rubber ducks. Nothing us peons can do. We'll just sit here and watch you all get wealthy.
I've never even heard of Rubber Ducks. What did I miss?
It's very loved by the cool cats, so it'll be just like Weather Report. Very loved by the cool cat community. DentedFeels flips Weather Report. Headline.
Oh yeah, that was in this.
DentedFeels flips Weather Report. The weather report is cloudy with a chance of fuck you.
All right, Mario.
Hey,
it's a me.
It's a me.
Yeah. I really made a mess of my tabs this morning and forgot to bring that one up. DentedFeels. Wow. Going on quite a run. Wow, 0.5. Great run for them right now. This thing was below mint price while it was minting. Are you okay?
Sorry.
I wasn't sure if that was you or your fire alarm.
Oh, sometimes the market gets it right. Oh.
Weather report Intel.
Well.
They had to add international in there because they are, as we heard them say many times, turning this into an international brand.
You don't got to go home, but you got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. Both were below mint price. DentedFeels has turned it around. Weather report has not. I mean, what else do you want to say? I would still, honestly, be worried that these are both going to get taken down. We saw how easy it was to get crypto Mories taken down. These guys are going to be having their lawyers fling shit at Opensea, and Opensea is just going to take them both down. That's where I'm at.
I'm not even sure. I mean, both of them made their bag. If I was them, I'd go to the island. I'd be like, haha, you all bought these. See you later.
Mm-hmm. Well, instead of one decent project, we have two projects that both made an absolutely fucking killing.
My.
Oh, you were cutting out there a little bit. Your what?
Nothing. I just said, oh, my.
Your.
Honey, boo-boo, chow.
Weather report. I saw Lazy Lima post this, and he found it on the Cool Cats Discord. Apparently, there's a Solana Cool Cats. Don't believe it is of any affiliation with the regular Cool Cats. Can't imagine that would be the case. But one of these hilarious things that some projects try and do to manufacture a floor price. Our smart contract has an agreement that if you sell for below the mint, the current price floor, or a third-party marketplace that isn't the official Cool Cat Solana marketplace, you will pay a 55.5% paper hand loser tax. Let's take it a step further. What happens to the money collected due to the paper hand loser tax? Here's where things get absolutely crazy. That Solana will go into a treasury wallet used to buy back the cheapest Cool Cat Solana NFTs listed on the marketplace. Now, for the smoke and gun on why Cool Cat Solana is the shit, is because any Cool Cat Solana NFT bought from said treasury wallet will be burned, gone forever, which leads us to... That's it. That's all I got. What the fuck? What are you doing? You just rip off Cool Cats, put it on Solana, and then come up with this bullshit?
Oh, God. I love having a show. I will tell you right now. There is nothing better than having a show. You guys should try it. I guess having two shows, that's the only thing better.
I can't even say anything. It's just like, I will say this, and free market, I'm sure you could probably agree with it. The amount of people that come in here and be like, have you heard of the Solana NFT, has gone down and down and down and down. Now, maybe most of the people in here just know we're in ETH, or maybe Solana just fucking sucks. I don't know. Cool Cat Solana acting righteous and holier than thou by creating a paperhead loser tax while ripping off an entire project.
There's
If
no
that is not the
way.
definition of, I don't know, is that irony?
There's no better way to get a good market gauge on a project than to say it's going to zero. Now I see. It's hard to get the bull case on something until you stir up someone's emotions. Now I can go in the DGen dojo and actually find out about these.
What, Cool Cat Solana?
Howlers.
Howlers.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know we were still talking about Howlers.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I wanted a deep dive on Cool Cat Solana.
Everything gets copied on Solana.
Yeah. Ain't that some shit? If there was a way to short NFTs, we'd all be trillionaires.
Would we? Would we?
NFTs do very well as a buy. We don't have
I
to
love
short
that.
them.
If this was this, we'd all be billionaires. That's my favorite.
I had a feeling DentedFeels was going to pop off. Should have bought one at 0.1. Yeah. I mean, I saw them at 0.1 and I thought the same thing. But again, my own personal feeling is that I'm not super bullish on either of them because of the way Opensea has been handling these things a la Crypto Mories. So I just decided that I would sit that one out. And if other people are winning, then great. But yeah, I talked myself out of it and I am fine with it. Sure, would have been a 5x, but you know, we live to fight again.
Yeah. Yeah. And now you know. See, it's so easy to know when something's going to zero because if people really had confidence in it, they'd laugh it off. They'd brush it off. Ha ha ha, crazy old FMC. No, you gotta get in there and tell me, oh, this random project's more than lemons and this other project's more than lemons. Good luck, guys. I will see you in a few months. Clonex.
Yeah. Icon saying hindsight's 2020, obviously. But yeah, I mean,
I don't do hindsight. I do.
I don't. Yeah, I don't
do hindsight.
One of the best decisions.
In
one of the best decisions that I've made for myself personally was to stop dealing in like what could have, should have, would have been.
Woo! Hindsight. That's cute. That is cute. Try some foresight.
You know, it's so unproductive to be like, oh, if I just bought the top, or if I just bought the bottom here and sold the top here, and then rebought when it dipped again, and then it mooned up to there, like I would be, you know, you can work a lot of magic with math. That doesn't matter because at the end of the day, you didn't do it, and that's fine. You either learn from it, or you just don't worry about it. I sleep very well at night since I've stopped doing that.
Where are you?
I don't know, man. What do you got going on today? You're doing your 50th lemon spaces. You're giving away a lemon.
50th lemon spaces, giving away a lemon.
Which lemon are you giving away?
It is an egghead eating sushi.
Oh, you don't know. Do you know the number or no?
What was I don't know the number.
Okay.
What was really impressive to me with the Pixel lemons was how many traits were actually enhanced or brought forward by their Pixel versions, the egg of which is one of them, which bounces on top of its head. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
New to this space, may I ask why y'all are bullish on lemon friends?
Oh,
get them going.
The morning squeeze, my friend. How about
that? That's a great. We do the Gary V face when somebody brings up why I'm.
That's a great one. I gotta do that. I want to do that. I wish I could bring that up every time someone asks.
My restream.
A little wry smile. It's the next cool cats, Douglas. That's the bottom line. I have a thread. I'll get you that thread, my friend. If you're in AlphaMint, I will get you.
Does Gary V ever respond to that thread?
Lemon number 9833, my friend. And this is from the community wallet. I want you guys to know big things are coming. I have wind that huge things are coming. I am so excited. I am very pumped about the community. I love it. Oh, good. Douglas, you're in the Discord. All right. No, well, You're saying, haha. The only reason I say that is because I talk about lemons at nauseam. People want me to stop talking about lemons. That was the only reason I asked if you were in the Discord, because people actually want me to stop talking about them. So that was why I joked about it. But welcome to AlphaMint. Shout out to the Lemonettes. Lemonettes. Where did R2 go? Oh, now
I have my browser just froze.
Lemonettes.
Did the room discuss the Ray Ray run yesterday?
Can we talk about my Ray Rays, my beautiful Ray Rays? Shout out to Dose, one of just the absolute stalwart kings in this industry. Amazing developer, absolutely stellar person. There was a Ray Ray meetup yesterday, a soccer game. Few homies went there. I was jealous of the pictures. Shout out to Shell. Shout out to Sarai. It looked fabulous, and Ray Rays are on quite the run. Now, why is that? It is because Ray Rays have announced a new project. Dose has announced a new project, and one Ray Ray will equal 1 mint on this new project. So they started to run pretty crazy. They got up to 0.22 at one point. I forget the name of the project. I will post some information in the DGen dojo, but I thought the coolest part was everybody who came to the crypto Ray Ray soccer game was airdropped a Ray Ray. My homie was showing me yesterday. She got airdropped a Ray Ray. Beautiful.
That's pretty cool.
Love Dose. Love the Ray Rays. There's another project that I compare to them all the time, and that's breakfast sandwiches, because I think it's the same vibe. Passionate founder, great project, not minting out quickly. And one day we're going to wake up and it's going to be like, oh, some influencer found breakfast sandwiches. It minted out in 10x overnight. Oh, same thing with Ray Rays. Ray Rays were a 0.0189 mint. They're sitting at 0.12 right now. They've been as high as 0.25. I do believe these are going to get to 1 ETH this year. So we love the Ray Rays. They're going to moon. And shout out to Doge. Shout out to the whole Ray Ray crew. Woof, 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 bark, bark, woof. Woof.
This look on my face right now.
Cass, my lovely, lovely Cass. How are you today, my friend?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
I'm wonderful.
You had a wonderful weekend, didn't you?
I did. It was actually great. I was so happy you joined me a few times I was on a few different shows. We were having a grand old time. What did you think about it?
Yeah, it was cool. The one with Driz was pretty cool. It was just chilled and yeah, just really chilled and cool. The vibes were cool there. I just kept getting rugged from Twitter, to be honest.
Yeah.
Shame I couldn't fucking just jam.
That's the name of the game with Twitter.
Oh, it's fucking
Don't get rugged.
Yeah, literally. FMC, can't you make a Twitter yourself? Twitter Spaces.
My phone keeps glitching, so I don't know what it is, and I've actually talked to other iPhone owners who have the same issue. The little 3 dots in the middle disappear for me. So, like, literally, the dots go away, and I can't start spaces. Now, if I log out and log back in, the dots appear and I can start a space. In fact, 2 times over the weekend, I did that because my co-host had fallen asleep. And again, guys, you hear us talk about it. We're not exaggerating. There is a Lemon Spaces going on 24 hours a day, and that is by design. Okay, there is no other community that has even come close to this type of dedication, and it's effortless. No one's trying to do this. People feel separation anxiety when they're not hanging out with their lemon in a lemon space. You want to know the bull case on lemons? It's as simple as that. Now, I did start 2 spaces over the weekend. It's just my phone continually rugs my ability to start Twitter. So I'm usually a co-host, though I was a host twice this weekend. But yeah, I had a great time. It was a really fun weekend of spaces.
Yeah, no, the funniest one was hot chicks and nerds. Hot chicks and nerds.
Yeah.
It was weird. It started to make me really think. Just on a random. No, it was
Did
weird.
it?
No, really think about it logically. Like back in the day, right? It would be you have the nice clothes, you have the nice car, yeah.
Yep.
To get the ladies, You know, a bit of swag, a bit of a silver tongue. But yeah, you need a bit of game. And listening to the conversations in that Twitter Spaces, you're going to pick up a hot chick, or you're going to get a gold digger through your JPEGs. I was listening to one person, saying like, "Oh,
Web3, eh?
What have you got, Daddy? You know, like, have you got a species? Have you got a cybercon? Have you got a this? I was thinking, like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, you're getting the opposite sex hot and bothered about JPEGs. It's nuts.
They are, and I gotta say, you know, just so everybody knows, I was asked to be. I am the co-creator of OPE, or Out of Pocket Entertainment. A lot of spaces out there want to collab with us now because they see the type of property we're building. And the Bitcoin Baddies asked me to be a guest host and come support nerds and hot chicks is the name.
You agreed to do something with the name Bitcoin in it?
I did. It was funny because
how off-brand.
There were suggestions that she change her name to Blockchain Baddie, since she's basically an ETH maxi or whatever. But
you've changed, man.
We had to end the Lemon Sesh to go start it over there. And we started and we brought everybody over to support, and everyone was listening. But then the lemon started to peel off and go back to the Lemon Sesh and start that sesh up again. And I was left there on stage, okay? And everyone at Lemon said, "Oh, poor FMC. He's stuck up there. He can't get off." So poor FMC was stuck between 17 models on a stage, basically sandwiched there, and he wasn't uncomfortable. He was not. He did not need help. He did not need sending SOS signals for me.
He was doing well. He was doing very well. He was very slick. Perfect co-host. Perfect male co-host for that whole. Yeah, I thought it was funny. I enjoyed it.
The main thing when you're a co-host on a Spaces like that is you want to listen, okay? Because it is the ladies who are running the show. It is their input we're all there for. My job was to kind of help some of these guys along, because I'm not sure what they've been doing their whole life, but none of them quite know how to speak to a beautiful young woman. I don't know if any of them had ever spoken to a beautiful young woman, given what they had said up there. So I said, you know what, Bitcoin Baddie, I will stay up here and I will try to help some of these guys get their message out. I don't think they're bad guys. I just think they need help telling their story, and that's what old FMC is up here for. They were like, well, you know, can you give us an example, FMC? Like, what would you do? And I said, look, baby, I know you're a human lady and I'm a lemon, right? My pickup lines aren't the zest, but I'm very appealing. And don't worry, I can make you laugh and lamone. And
do you know it was sick, because he's actually so right. The game side of it from guys was a bit weak. And
well, isn't Neil Strauss in NFTs?
Is he?
Neil Strauss.
I've no idea.
He wrote a book called The Game.
Yes.
And it was about his insane life as a professional pickup artist, teaching and giving conferences and private lessons on, you know, for men who are down on their luck in the dating life to be able to meet women. And it was interesting because the first reaction of it was that this is like sleazy, it's manipulative and all of that stuff. But he was on The View, and I'm sure you're both familiar with The View and how they were going to approach that interview, right? They were not friendly towards him. And by the end of the interview, I mean, they were all best friends. And, you know, the general sense behind it was that, like, look, what I'm doing isn't meant to be like cheap or dirty. Do some people use it for that? Probably. But, you know, I'm actually just trying to help people learn how to engage with other people, not even necessarily the opposite sex, right? Like, some people get super focused on their career or super focused on school, and social life takes a little bit of a back seat. And yeah, I mean, it's a real thing. But I think Neil Strauss is in NFTs, is he not? That was my original point.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah, no, it was a great time. And
good book, by the way.
Yeah. What did you say?
It was fun to listen to.
A great book.
Yeah, The Game.
You read it?
Oh yeah. It was a great book.
Did you do the thing? Like it's a challenge. You know that book it basically. Did you guys see the movie Hitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie is based on Neil Strauss and his book and Hitch. All right, and
no, I didn't do any challenges. I just this story was incredible. Like how this guy. I mean, he was that way too. He's like the whole reason I started learning this was because I had no idea how to go out and date people and talk to women and interact in like a public setting and stuff like that. And then, he just kind of went down that rabbit hole. But the book is a story about his life and doing it, and it's crazy.
Treating somebody like a human being goes a very long way. Goes a very, very long way, guys.
Oh, can I ask a question? Sunnies. I keep seeing Sunnies popped up.
Yeah, they're minting today, so
Sunnies,
y'all are ass out of luck unless you're on that whitelist. Seems to be very popular. I know the creators. Great project. I hate the term cute meta, right? I hate that term, but it obviously falls into that. And it has a lot of support. I think it could do pretty well here. I'm watching it closely.
Cool.
There's some great drops, man. I'm looking forward to March, not because the drops are high profile, but because they're pure, they're authentic, and there's a lot of great art coming. So I'm looking forward to it.
Star Wars is one of them, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yep. I've been turning the lemons. I've been adding 5 or 6 lemons a day into Star Wars.
Sick.
Letting my lemons in slowly.
So are you gonna attempt to be a Star Wars whale?
I would want to know what a community felt like. I don't know if a team member owning 30 or 40 of the NFT is a good, because what am I doing with those NFTs? I mean, I want to ape Star Wars. I would like to own a lot. I just don't, I have seen what happens to creators who do anything with their NFTs. I mean, I don't know.
That's it. It's a fascinating conversation.
It is.
When is it acceptable to sell? This actually is the same dilemma that everybody had with BitClout in the creator coin, and everyone's like, invest in yourself, put your own money into your own coin. The second you sold any of it, everyone was like, this fucking guy is rugging, right? And it's this like question of like, why do it at all if you're not allowed to actually participate in the success of it by selling? And that's fine. I'm not saying that you should or shouldn't be able to. It's a fascinating conversation, though.
Right.
The one thing I can say is that there's a lot of people within the server and elsewhere. When we look back at the stuff that's on Twitter, and there's a barrage of 4 or a team of 4. There's an image on Twitter on Star Wars where you can see a team of 4, and then there's another team, and then there's a baby cub as well, and it's multiples of 4. So people are thinking of multiples of 4.
Right.
Yeah. So it'd either be 4, 8, 16, 20, 40, 100. But it all depends on what you do with the NFTs as well.
Well, that's it. Like I want to ape and have a lot of Star Wars. I just also want the community. I don't want the community to think I'm trying to keep them, trying to flip them on them. I love this project. I want it to be in the hands of the communities. I'm not looking to make money on the asset appreciation of these, but I love them. So I'm torn. Like, if I told you my gut right now, it'd probably be that I would buy 10, but we'll see. I mean, it's much more, I'm going to be sniping ones that I want after reveal than trying to ape as many as possible on the mint, right? That's kind of my...
Yeah, definitely.
I want the ones I want. I'll say that much. I will ape into the ones I want, regardless of the price. How about that?
Yeah, no. I think I'm about the same with that.
Yeah, I want the community. I think the community wallet should hold a few hundred, of course, for
Whoa! Community wallet.
Yeah.
So Star Wars is gonna have a community wallet.
I assume. I'm not saying all projects. All projects.
Not all projects. No, not all projects.
I just meant most projects have a community wallet that they keep a couple hundred of their NFT in for promotional reasons.
Okay.
The community. Yeah. That's what I meant. I didn't mean anything besides that. Thank you. Nice try there, Cass.
Cass comes up here and just starts poking and asking all of these loaded questions.
No,
I showed a picture of one, and I had just renamed it. I named it Small Boy because it was like a 70 by 70 JPEG that was supposed to show up tiny on the screen. And he's like, "Connection confirmed, magic." I'm like, "Fuck, man, you're a shit disturber."
Dude, you just gotta find out what's going on. Investors. Come on,
No.
you guys say the same thing. You gotta do your research. Gotta find out who people are doing, what people. That's what we're doing here, bro. That's what we're doing here. Nah, but I can't wait. I really can't wait. The others in March.
Cass. What are we gonna do?
Sorry, I do apologize. Anything else in March?
Yes, okay, so I got a few. Obviously, Losers Club coming up. I couldn't be more in love with the art and the theme. And then Somewhere Nowhere. Okay. I haven't started talking about this one yet. Boy, am I in love with this art. Mad Jelly, another one I haven't started talking about yet. I have so many projects in March that I'm looking forward to. And guess what? They're early. They're young. Yeah, super pumped. I'll be mentioning them over the weeks to come.
Have you heard of Method Man? Methaverse?
Methodverse?
Methaverse, yeah.
METHOD, man. Hey, you, that's not that. You don't know me and you don't know my stuff.
Yeah, I think I think someone put it in the Moon Lounge.
How many rap verses do you have in the Lemonettes?
Hey, listen.
Look, if you knew how much I was singing and rapping.
Bro, FMC was on it this weekend. Hey, the tunes he was laying on that Sunday morning. Boy.
We like to reset the room in the Lemon Sesh. Reset the room!
What have we become?
It's all fun.
Lemon.
Hey, here's another thing I was going to ask. Yeah, have you guys thought of doing like something Scott was saying in the room about Bloomberg of NFTs, AlphaMint Bloomberg of NFTs? Have you thought of doing like floor prices of certain projects that scroll across the screen?
Working on stuff.
Serious?
Oh, for the show? Yeah. You know what? So I have some things that I'm trying to mess around with doing that, and I don't know the best way to do it, but I'll find out. There's I think I can add a source. I have no idea. No. Restream is great because it allows you to just shoot a link out that people can join. You know, you get the nice little graphics and the buttons. It's very easy to use, but in that ease, there are some limitations with what I can do in terms of it. So I keep messing around with it, but I think you can use things like OBS to manage a stream, but you probably want like somebody actually just handling that side of it. And we're not that fancy yet.
You will be, man. You will be. 100%.
Yeah. We just do our thing, man. It's no worries. I don't look at the viewer count. We just get up here and talk. I'd be doing this with FMC even if we weren't live. We're just happy to have you guys along for the ride.
It's good times. Good times.
Cass, what are you looking forward to today? We're gonna start wrapping this beauty up, but what are you up to today?
I'll probably keep an eye on Sunnies.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get whitelist for Chain Scouts, and I'll probably be jamming in.
Oh yeah, when is that going down? I saw that everywhere for a little bit. Now it's kind of just taking a back seat to this week, but
well, they've been doing some really cool things in the server, innit? They've like really cool things, like they've done a node giveaway for people who are in the server, so you could go into Just Cubes and obtain a free node for your MetaMask. And they're just going for a really organic, slow way of whitelist at the moment, just trying to get quality people in. The alpha over there seems really good as well. So
I'm gonna spend some more time in that Discord.
I think they're cool, man. I like the people there. I think they've got.
Oh man, I am sorry I said anything about Howlers, guys. All right, they're pretty JPEGs. Relax.
Are you on a Spaces right now?
No, no. I'm in the DGen dojo.
Oh, I was like, are you kidding me?
Well, yeah, actually, yes, I am on a Spaces, but I put it under my coat so you can't hear it. But I am a host. You can't leave as a host. It rugs people if you're not a host on it. But I just think, I see your Howlers are you're very valuable. You're going to be very, very valuable JPEGs, I'm sure. You guys are very cute with your wolves.
Free Market has adopted baby talk over the weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. You're in a dark space right now, man.
Strange space. But, okay.
Cass?
I love the art.
I will catch up with you probably tomorrow.
You
All right,
got it, man.
Love you,
Always a
See you later.
pleasure. Free Market?
R2?
What it do, baby?
Chillin'. Ow!
There it is. What's on the docket for you today? Just the Spaces? Just chilling? Just feeling it out?
Oh, man. This is good.
What do you want to do for our 100th episode? Somebody was asking. We have to figure that one out. I feel like that's, what are we, 2 weeks away from that? No,
We could do-
bad math, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I got a month.
Yeah.
We're
Well-
giving away 100 ETH. No, I'm kidding.
Mm-hmm.
No. We'll see. I'll dig some stuff out of my hidden folder. Give it away.
We designed a new game this weekend that's like, let's make a deal, right? So after somebody wins, they can either take the prize they were presented, or they can pick door number 1, door number 2, and door number 3. And the zoinks, the ones that are in door number 1, the zoink is a bear market bear. And then the medium one is the NFT that you were offering. And then the special one would be a whitelist of something you want really badly. So it's like, let's make a deal. You don't want that zoink. That zoink is a bear market bear. So finally found something to do with them. Getting them all out of my wallet.
How many did you have?
7.
Oh, I had 4. I feel you. They'll have a day, Free Market.
No, they won't.
Big red flag when he closed the Discord and was like, you know what, fuck you all. I don't want to deal with your bullshit.
Yeah, no,
Close the Discord down to holders only, and everyone's like, dude, really?
You hear about things that go to 0 and never come back. That's an example.
It's kind of a shame, though. I mean, he was streaming on Twitch doing some like 1-of-1 art and stuff like that. He had some really good stuff. He was a talented guy. He just didn't.
Market has spoken.
Yeah.
Market has spoken.
That's what it is. Cool. All right, guys. If you don't, well, actually, Free Market, if you don't have anything else, we can start wrapping this up.
I just want to say that I love Poppy. That's all.
You love Poppy?
I love Poppy. Poppy stopped in to send love, so I'm sending love back. I love Poppy.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to our Star Wolves head mod extraordinaire. What up, Poppy?
Poppy is good shit, man. Love that guy. Welcome. I'm not sure. Have you tuned into the show before or not? If not, welcome. Appreciate you being here.
He may have been watching, but
Yeah.
I bet everyone FMC's leaking Star Wolves alpha. So Charlie sent the spy over to see, like, what's that idiot saying?
All right, DGens, we are going to wrap this MFer up right now. If you tuned in late, we went over the obvious subjects today. Lots of stuff about Starcatchers, Invisible Friends, Weather Report, and DentedFeels. We talked about the Pixelmon shit show. Shout out to Kevin for becoming an absolute star of the NFT space. Of course, we talked about some of the Russia and Ukraine situation, how that's affecting the macro situation. Lana Rhoades rugging her NFTs, or I should air quote, allegedly rugging her NFT stuff. Crypto Mories getting delisted from Opensea was a big deal. Where does it stop? We talked about Howlers and got some people real riled up about that. Wonderpals raffle is going down today. It is almost done its minting process. And yeah, that seems about like a good recap. Of course, it's recorded for you to watch on YouTube or listen to on Spotify, Apple Music. Thank you so much. Always love Mondays. Always love getting back up on the stage with you, FMC. If you guys would be so kind as to hit a like button and or subscribe, always appreciated. But again, I don't lose sleep over it one way or another. So we appreciate you all very much for tuning in. Free Market, get us the fuck out of here.
Good luck at the tables, you beautiful, beautiful, beautiful